It's about noon here on Friday, the 18th, and it looks like a raid is underway at the pot shop next to Keefe & Sons. There's a lot of stuff being loaded into the back, and Supervisor Scrivner is there, and it looks like lots of people. This is the name, 5 Gramz, but the names have been changed many times. This is where the old substation used to be on Sierra Highway. And there's a bus going on, and there's action here. Supervisor Scrivner is here. And we're going to go in close, see if we can get some interviews. This was the Green Empire now. Used to be the sheriff substation.
I'm giving the supervisor, you can sign those. Sure.
What's different is this time we've been able to actually seize the marijuana, the money, and this kind of stuff, these vape pens.
Oh yeah.
When we came out here before, it was only with the health department. They were able to seize edibles because they didn't have a health permit. They didn't have a permit to sell food.
Right.
And so this time we've got the sheriff coming out, and these are actually criminal complaints versus what we did in the past, which were civil. We had to go through the civil process, which took forever. Right. We had to go through the civil courts, and then we'd get an injunction eventually from a judge, and then we try to close them down. This time now we've got full partnership with the sheriff's department, where they're coming out serving a warrant, and these are going to be criminal offenses, and so that's how they're able to seize all this additional type of product that they're selling, and also the cash that they had. And so they're still calculating how much cash has been seized. It's well over $20,000 right now, but there's going to be more because there's other totals that they haven't gotten in from all 4 dispensaries that they've hit today with this operation. Sure.
Well, the people of Rosamond, as you know, your constituents have been very anxious for this to happen.
Right. Yeah, and we understand that. We've understood the frustration. We've been frustrated too, but we've worked with the sheriff's department to make sure that they had additional funding for the overtime that's required to come out and do this. As you know, they're strapped as far as their staffing levels and just the ability to be able to come out and do this. But we know this is a priority for the folks of Rosamond. It's a priority for me, and it's now we're so pleased that that Sheriff Youngblood and all of the great men and women that work for him are now focused on this to this extent.
Sure. And now the one up the street, which I don't know what it's named now. It had 3 different names. Yeah. But did you do the same thing there?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there were 4 dispensaries today that were raided in this operation. Yes. And so we have the names of all those. And so good. I'll be sending a press release out to you.
Oh, good.
That has that information.
Good.
But Commander Pluggy, he has all those as well. I don't know if you want to talk to him.
Oh yes, I'd like to.
About
yes.
If he's willing to do so.
Yeah, we should ask him, I guess.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, appreciate you being out here.
Okay. Yes.
And, really, just so much appreciate the efforts from the sheriff's department, and we're going to try and clear all these illegal dispensaries out of Rosamond. That's the goal.
Well, this will be front page news on the Rosamond News next week. That's for sure. Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Oh, can I talk to you on parks? Jim Williford Park on Tuesday. You accepted it, the quitclaim deed back. Yeah. Does that mean that you're going to take care of it?
Well, it was really just an issue of us trying to wrap our arms around what it was going to cost us in order to maintain the park.
Yes.
The pool is another issue. We need to continue to work on figuring out how we're going to be able to open the pool, how we're going to be able to pay for the lifeguards, etc. I mean, obviously, that is the main expense. As far as that's concerned, I think that's why the CSD no longer wanted to operate. It was because the expenses were just too much for them. The county, obviously, we're in the middle of a fiscal crisis, and so money is a big issue for us as well. But we're in conversations with a lot of different folks to try to figure it out.
And the new sales tax that'll be voted on, some money was earmarked to go to parks, so possibly...
We haven't earmarked any money yet. That's a general tax.
No, I'm just going on Mr. Alford's pie chart.
If you look at how the board has traditionally allocated funding through the general fund, about 57% goes to public safety. My priority for that funding is going to be to do two things. A, bring pay parity for our deputies with other agencies that are in Kern County that our deputies are being pulled to because they pay higher. And so we need to address our retention issues with the Sheriff's Department. Also, our staffing levels at the substations. I want to make sure that those vacancies that we have currently in the substations, that those are filled. That's if the voters of the unincorporated area want to raise the sales tax in order to pay for public safety. But after we address that priority, then we'll look at the other areas of the county. There's a lot of quality of life issues and other public safety departments that also need help as well.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you, John.
Thanks for your attention to Rosamond.
Thank you.
Essentially today, we've been working with the county departments addressing complaints in regards to marijuana dispensaries that are working outside of state law and also the county ordinance that we have. We put together an operation today where we addressed 4 locations within Rosamond that were operating outside of the law. We obtained search warrants for each of the 4 locations, and we served those 4 search warrants today in Rosamond.
Which ones were they besides the one that's had 3 names up there next to Keefan's son?
The 4 that we served, one was identified as the Plug. The other was identified as the Green Empire. 5 Gramz Stop. And the last was the Green Mile Collective.
Oh yeah, okay, all right. And when you go in like this on a search warrant, I saw in the trailer you loaded up all illegal items that you found, right?
Yes, any illegal items that we found, including processed marijuana, any marijuana plants, cannabis oil, marijuana oil, any edibles that contained marijuana that was being sold in that form or fashion. All those were illegal, as well as seizing the cash that was the proceeds as a result of the illegal sales of the marijuana and the marijuana products.
And was anybody arrested?
We did have numerous arrests. I don't have the number right now, but essentially they were arrested and cited and released.
I see. So that means that in the future they'll have to appear somewhere.
Yes, they'll be given a citation with a court date on it, and they'll have to appear in court on the citation that we gave them that included the sales of marijuana products as well as a violation of the county ordinance.
Well, this is a great step forward for Rosamond, because for the last 3 years the people have been very, very much against being overrun by pot shops and then customers from down below in another county, LA, and so I'm very happy to see this.
Well, and we hear it from the community, and we are putting our best foot forward, being able to address the things that need to be addressed. I mean, the Rosamond community is important, just like the rest of our communities that we serve as well. And obviously, with our staffing levels, we kind of have to coordinate a little bit closer with some of our partners to be able to accomplish things like this today. But we still plan on addressing additional issues and problems, including marijuana shops that do pop up or may continue to pop up in the Rosamond area, and just urge the community to contact the Sheriff's Office to let us know about that, because we need that information to continue moving forward.
All right, and what has happened at other spots is one name goes away, but by evening there's a new sign and customers coming. Now, is that mean you have to go through another investigation for that new name in a criminal way?
Yes, we would have to go through the whole same process that we have right now because the search warrant is only good for that particular time and location that we got at this time. So it doesn't give us the right to come back to this location unless we were able to establish again probable cause to be able to obtain that search warrant and come back.
Sure.
Then that's where the public comes in. That obviously, if it does open back up, we need that information so we can continue on working forward with closing any of the locations that we closed today that decide to reopen.
Sure.
And continue with that.
Sure, sure. What is your official title?
I'm the commander in charge of the investigations division, which covers our detectives, our gang officers, our narcotics division, our air support folks, and our crime analysis folks.
All right, so you must have been in on the shutdown of 70 some pot shops in Bakersfield. Were you involved in that kind of?
You're probably referencing the Bakersfield City Police
Yes,
Department.
yes.
So we're responsible for the outlying areas of the incorporated areas of the county outside of Bakersfield City. Some of my folks did assist on some of their operations. All departments in Kern County, I mean, we rely on other units and other departments, and we work collaboratively together to accomplish that.
Sure, sure.
Like I said, we're still working on the ones that are still identified as working outside of the law and the county ordinance at this point. So,
yeah.
We're going to continue working on that in the next couple of months.
Well, thanks very much for your diligence, and thank you for your help today. And the majority, 75% or more of the people here are solidly behind you.
We very much appreciate that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.